This just in. 4 women, geographer Fiona Boscovich, botanist Autumn Mohapatra, zoologist Aislinn Reed, and meteorologist Ava Finn miraculously survived a plane crash and managed to live stranded in a tropical forest for 3 years until they were rescued. Stay tuned for their stories on this Bio 2 exclusive. After the explosion, we had no idea where we were. Thank God I've always taken an interest in geography. I could tell by the thick forests, tall trees, and shady areas that we were in a tropical rainforest. That meant we must have been in Central America, East-South America, Mid-Africa, Madagascar, Southeast Asia, or East Coast Australia. But I would never have been assured if it weren't for the rest of the girls.
Fiona was still uncertain that it was a tropical rainforest, so she enlisted us for help. As we searched for shelter, I stayed on the lookout. It was quite humid and very warm, despite the sun being covered by the canopy of the trees. Once it began heavily raining, I was confident it was a tropical rainforest.
Ava and Fiona were convinced, but I've always been the skeptic of the group. I wanted evidence in my area, botany. So as we trudged through the heat and humidity, I observed the plant life. Sure enough, I saw kukare, durian, jambu, Bengal bamboo, bonvelia, kapok trees, and strangler figs, all classic signs of a tropical rainforest. We eventually came near a coastline, where I was able to identify a maguey forest. Now I was on board, and began mentally reviewing everything I knew about survival in this biome.
I still had not seen toucans, gorillas, saimons, red-eyed tree frogs, boa constrictors, chimpanzees, orangutans, anacondas, river dolphins, macaws, or the biggest worry, jaguars. Thankful for this, considering the danger they could be, I encouraged the group to get shelter soon.
We had walked for about 8 hours and had finally verified where we were. Everyone was exhausted, hungry, and scared. So I actually cried with joy when we found the holy grail of tropical rainforest shelters. The tree canopy was thick, providing protection from the sun and the rain.
The ground was flat and relatively comfortable.
There were no signs of harmful animals, and an abundance of edible ones, toucans in particular. Mangoes, coconuts, pineapple, and bananas were growing just around the corner. We had plucked giant leaves from cautious plants to border ourselves from the animals. Audia was skeptical, but it was surprisingly effective.
It was our only hope at survival.
For the next few nights, we were still getting accustomed to the sounds of frogs and birds, the hot, moist air, the sugary taste of the fruits, and the bland taste of the toucans we were forced to eat. The sights were helpful whenever we felt scared. Beautiful waterfalls, immense greenery, and exotic animals surrounded us constantly.
As you can imagine, we became very close companions. We had to adapt to our new life, and we needed each other to do it. When we were finally rescued, we left with new knowledge about each other and the area. It was an experience we will never forget.